Mark Hayes, International Creative Director at Medal Sassoon. Today I'm going to be demonstrating a new technique from our collection Gilded Youth, and I'm here in the Sassoon Academy in London to present that to you. I think really Sassoon is all about education, and behind me you can see some of the inspirational haircuts that have kind of really informed our work over the last 50 years. Our work at the moment is very strong, very Sassoon, very geometric, but the hair's worn in slightly ruffled ways to create interesting texture and an interesting dynamic. Okay, so here we are in the salon, and with Sandra's hair, what I'm really interested in doing is perpetuating that whole Sassoon look. We're very interested in the moment in two things really in fashion. That's the very aristocratic British look, the hunting, shooting and fishing set, mixed with the sensibility of probably the biggest street culture revolution in the UK, which was punk. So using the sensibility of the aristocracy with the anarchy of street culture. So, let's do it then. Welcome back. This is Sandra's hair finished, and I love the detail, the strength through the side with the disconnected length around the exterior. I'm going to present her upstairs now, on stage at our academy, so I'll see you in a minute. Just before we go upstairs on stage, I'm just going to make sure the shape looks right. I love the line that we have running through here down into these kind of longer lengths. And if I bring it around to the other side, you can see how this area is actually more on this side, which really accentuates that shape. And then just with this sort of few quirky pieces left out around the outline. Okay, so just been working downstairs with on Sandra's hair, and really this sort of really fits in with how we feel about hair at the moment. You know, it's got all the kind of strength through here, and it's very much based on this concept, this idea of marrying the two threads that have run through British fashion probably since the late 50s. You know, this idea of the aristocracy, ruffled, brocadey, hunting, shooting and fishing set, mixed with the kind of sensibility of punk, new wave, mod and street culture in Britain. And really with Sandra's hair, from a technical perspective, what I've done, I've worked with a couple of different techniques to create this kind of quite dishevelled sort of look in the end, but wanted it to have a really kind of strong technique to it. So what we've done is basically divided the head off slightly asymmetrically through the top, where you have this kind of panel of length that runs through and then through into the back, and then taken through the temples, essentially taking this hair down quite tight, scissor over comb, away from the face, really short and tight. Same on the second side, a slightly larger area through this side though. And then a little bit of disconnection around the edge, just to kind of provide a little bit of a quirkiness, so when you push the hair around, you know, you can kind of make it do some kind of funny sort of things. And then with the interior shape, basically working with the idea of an anti-head shape, so keeping the weight reasonably low in the back, and then flattening this area through, so the hair is actually shortest on the roundest part of the head, flattening that and then coming up, and then just the detail in the front here. Just thought it's quite cool that when the hair is flat, you have this really exaggerated kind of spike through the front, and then allowing some of the length just to trail over. Pointing into all the hair afterwards then just allows you to have this kind of slightly punky, you know, kind of slightly punky but sort of romantical, I think, as well, where you've got these kind of tendrils of hair around the face, but then you can make it sort of quite strong and quite aggressive as well. And then from a colour perspective, going for this very pale sort of marmalade-y sort of colour all the way through, with just a lighter panel that runs down the side of the short area in a slightly sort of starch white sort of colour. Okay, this really sort of sums up the kind of hair that we're doing for this season at Sassoon. Well, that's our new collection. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you soon.